You're listening to CreepGeeks Podcast. So it begins again. Welcome to the CreepGeeks Podcast. I'm Greg.
I'm Omi.
And we're going to talk to you about stuff that we find to be interesting on the internet. What do you think about that?
Sure.
So this is episode 350, season 9er.
Yeah. New year, old mysteries, 3D printed heart, same 2026 predictions.
Yeah. So here we are. Welcome to the podcast. If this is your very first time tuning into the podcast, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
And if you listen to us all the time, we're really glad you're here, even more so than the other people. What do you think about that?
Sure.
As I'm digging in my pocket for something that I forgot. So this particular podcast is brought to you by Barley's Bites. Barley's Bites is dedicated to providing top quality homemade dog treats for every doggo to enjoy. And their treats are made from fresh, healthy ingredients without any harmful chemicals, ensuring that your pet receives the best nutrition possible.
Yes.
Yes. If only we could do that with our food supplies. I believe that you should start the podcast off with something that affects us, and probably most of us listening out there. It is a food recall.
Yes. Another one.
Why don't you, can you tell us what it is, or is that a dramatic pause?
Yes, I
was all excited, like, what?
I had to get to the tab.
Oh, nice.
Ground beef recalled in 6 states over E. coli concerns.
Nice.
So this is more of a Midwest and Pacific Northwest recall. California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, for some reason Pennsylvania, and Washington. So the brand Forward Farms grass-fed ground beef, produced on December 16th, in 16-ounce packages, has E. coli concerns.
Nice.
Yes.
Just a little extra flavor.
For the holidays.
So anyway, if you got some of that ground beast, you should look and see. Anything we talk about in the podcast is available on our website as far as links and things like that go. Mm-hmm. So you can probably click that link and find out what your next course of action might be.
Yeah.
And if it does have E. coli and stuff like that, don't fry it up and give it to your dogs, thinking, oh, they're tough.
No.
They can handle it. Oh, that may be the case if your dog lives outside and eats off the land. But when your dog sleeps in a pillow on its own comfortable chair, probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you what my mom used to say, and it's something that I've lived by for 55 plus years. When in doubt, throw it out.
Oh.
Life's too short to be hugging a toilet. So I'm just saying. So if it's questionable, chuck it.
Yes.
It ain't like seeing the world, and that's the last can of syrup peaches that you're going to, you know what I mean? It's not like Fallout, which is back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it made me think because, this podcast being sponsored by Barley's Bites.
Yep, and you can go to barleysbites.com.
Yeah, and
they have sales and stuff. It's great.
So they make a freeze-dried blueberry treat, right?
Yes.
Which a lot of dogs like. And I thought about it, and I was just jealous because I bet those are fresh organic blueberries from one of our favorite grocery stores out west.
Yes.
Which is nowhere near us. So my dog gets better fresh organic food than I do. Right?
They're pretty tasty. So you could eat them. Freeze-dried.
So
delicious. Yeah. So yeah, very nice. So check them out and get some stuff. We've got some stuff from them, and we do like it, and the dogs like it. And he eats them all.
Yes.
I will say he's pretty good about not just randomly eating stuff, but he chewed a hole through my coat pocket
and
to
mine.
get. Well, yeah, you wore my coat, and then he chewed a hole through it.
Yeah.
To get to the treats. And I was like, man.
And then he learned.
And then did yours too.
Pockets equals pocket treats.
Yes. So anyway, Jack loves them. That's our dog, and our dog neighbors love them too.
Yes.
So I don't know if we have a random cat. I don't know if the cat likes them or not.
Well, the only one I had in my pocket was like the peanut butter bone, And I don't think cats are into peanut butter as much as dogs.
No.
So, yeah.
Who knows? You never know how desperate a cat. Cat's a pretty good hunter, though, so he probably enjoys some mouse fricassee.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so anyway, moving to the podcast, got a couple of things we're going to talk about right quick. You ready?
Yes.
So last episode, we do a last episode follow-up. We have information about something we talked about in a previous episode, obviously. Omi has went and done the participate as a paranormal research subject under the Division of Perceptual Studies at University of Virginia. There is a thing that you can fill out saying, hey, I am interested. Yes. How did that go? Have you had any response? And granted, it's only been about 4 or 5 days.
Exactly. So my thing is, I was expecting an automatic reply, like you filled out this survey. No, I spent 20 minutes on a survey, and I haven't gotten anything back yet. I've done surveys like this in the past through other methods like Amazon and...
well, you never know who's going to answer it. Maybe they got some, poor college student.
Yeah, and I'm
home for the holidays, maybe.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Most people are probably off for the holiday season. So we'll look forward to a response hopefully in the new year.
Yes. They're probably going to say, hey, that sounds great. Come on down. And you can be like, no.
Yeah.
I live many hours away in an underground bunker in the mountains of western North Carolina.
Yeah.
Now, I can't make it.
I did do the psychology correlates of extraordinary experiences one. So... I'm sorry. Unusual experiences questionnaire. That was the one I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 15 to 30-minute survey, depending on your time, and how much detail you provide. And it ranged from questions anywhere from, like being able to predict or dream the future.
Are they even going to contact you at all, or is they just piling this information into some kind of database? Turning it over to the FBI/CIA.
It did indicate you may be contacted later. Yeah. But this one, it ranged anywhere from deja vu to predicting the future to encounters with past life and ghost stuff.
Was it like, and what is your mother's maiden name and credit card number?
No, it was a pretty good one. And because they worded a lot of the questions where you wouldn't know what you were answering if you weren't in the field already. Like OBEs, we all know out-of-body experiences, but they worded the question as in, have you ever been in a situation where you felt you were outside your body observing your environment and yourself? And I'm like, that's an OBE, There was another one about, do you feel you've ever been communicated with or someone has attempted to communicate with you who has passed away or is, you may not have known at the time they were passed away? I'm like, oh, that's kind of... So the questions were worded really well, and I did fill out the ones that were relevant to me with my relevant experiences, and I kind of do hope they contact me back.
Well, you might get a hold of, maybe it's you never know who you're going to speak to, right?
Yeah. So
maybe you'll get somebody who thinks they know it all. And then wants to mansplain it to you. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Or they may be like, do you have a podcast? And you can say, yes, I have a wildly unsuccessful podcast. And they'll be like, you are banned from our survey.
Yeah, you are excluded from this
Excluded.
survey. Yeah.
So let's talk about this. We've talked about, I think, almost all of these, but Coast to Coast AM has put together
like a 2025 wrap up.
Yeah, of big stories that they've talked about.
Unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, of 2025. So we're not going to talk about all of them because that's boring, but we'll pick some boring ones to talk about.
I did. The first one out of the gate, though, really bugged me because I was like, oh my gosh, that happened this year, and I totally forgot about it.
The box demon?
Yeah, the box demon thing, that was terrifying.
Well, I thought it was actually solved.
See, I don't remember.
It's like a neighbor who was doing it, but basically showing up on ring camera footage is like this weird paper plate mask, flower-looking monster face, right?
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, it came up to the Ring cameras, had this super creepy voice.
Yeah.
And then would just leave boxes. That's not cool.
Yeah. I can see it, though, because we have a lot of Amazon boxes that have to get broken down. I can see just making an exciting time of it. Strap on a mask and run around and leave boxes on people's porches with words of encouragement.
Yeah.
Like, please throw me away. Recycle me. That'd be nice, right?
Yeah. Oh, so this article has been updated with the most recent information. Regional police have identified a masked individual who rang the doorbell and described themselves as the box demon. The police have spoken to the person, who is not publicly identified, and informed the homeowner of the individual's identity.
It's like their neighbor Sharon, who likes to drink a lot or something.
There are no public safety concerns.
Yeah. So it's a joke.
Oh, my.
Mystery solved.
I'm sorry. I want to know who it was. Was it the drunk neighbor?
Well, let's talk about who was ritualistically putting a plate of peeled bananas on the corner of a British street every second.
God,
on the second day of every month.
Yeah.
They would put this bowl of peeled bananas. But that's not the mystery. The mystery is that they suddenly stopped.
The fact that when you covered this, the big thing was, why did they stop?
Yeah.
I mean, first off, it's just weird behavior.
Yeah, but the British like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
They're like, what? They like routines and schedules and things like that, right? And so when all of a sudden something becomes a routine and they can count on it, the second of every month there's going to be a plate of peeled bananas at this corner, and then it quits. That's what's shocking to them. What? They can hem and haw and go down to the pub and talk about who keeps doing it. But the fact that it quit, because then they start thinking, well, why did it stop? Did the person doing it get pinched?
Yeah.
Why did it quit? Did they die? Did they move away? Who was it?
There's a lot of UK stuff though in this,
because UK, it's all pretty, it's all bland. It's pretty plain, like their food. So,
like the mysterious yellow man who kept dropping chicken drumsticks in the yard of a bewildered British homeowner. So far, this is a lot of littering.
Yeah, pretty much. But see. Okay, so a lot of the houses and stuff are all attached. They're almost like townhouses, right? And then, you have your little allotment that you have, a lot of places where you can grow garden or whatever. But, people are really big on, they HOA themselves to death.
Oh, okay.
And so there's always somebody who's pretty busybody about everything. So I'm sure that whole chicken wing thing it started out, somebody probably just eat some drumsticks or whatever and left them, and then it became a thing because they have Nextdoor app out there. And
Oh God.
I think it's funny. They get really worked up over that kind of stuff.
You're talking about HOA. One of these is a poison pen writer that torments an entire British neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just somebody who got burned by the HOA.
Well, I mean, there's actually a movie about a similar situation where somebody was writing down and saying horrible things and leaving notes about the horrible thing to people. And they were all getting worked up over it. Like, who could do such a thing? So, but it's British, so it takes a long time to get to the point.
So it takes episode 3.
Yeah. That's what's so hard about watching some of the British shows that I like to watch.
Yeah.
By about episode 3 or 4, they start rolling, because they got to do it. But
yeah.
Yeah, the plate of peeled bananas. That was big news. So, I like this one. Remember we talked about this? Why were birds just suddenly exploding in a California neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
We still don't know the answer to that one.
But these birds were just exploding, and people were like, "Oh, somebody's shooting them," and then they kept going round and round, and they were on the power lines, and nobody really knows why these were exploding. This kind of goes with the other birds that were the vultures.
Oh yeah,
80 or 90 vultures just up and died on some school property somewhere. And we're like, "Oh, that sounds like that might be poison," but we don't know. Let's see. Yeah, poison pen letters are good. I was hoping that they'd put the one about the mysterious lion being sighted, and people were all scared of it.
Oh, and it was just
a dog that had lion
funny haircut.
Yeah. Somebody cut his hair look like a lion, and this dog runs around. He's a big dog.
Yeah.
And people were freaking out. Big cats have made a comeback. Is like in, I think, Scotland maybe, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just a dog with a lion haircut, which is not too uncommon, I guess. There's also been practical jokes in places like India where people get attacked by lions and all the time, like tigers.
I thought it was like leopards or jaguars in India.
No, it's the striped ones. I don't think they're jaguars.
Tigers, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Well, are lions and tigers? Which one's striped?
Tigers.
Yeah. Well, people painting their dogs.
Oh, gosh.
Like the orange stripes and stuff, and their dogs are running around, and people are freaking out and running. Because evidently, you can definitely get eaten by a lion there, or tiger. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yes.
All right. So do you want to talk about 10 unsolved mysteries from lists first?
So this one is mostly UK based, or,
Of course it is.
But it did, we're definitely not going to cover all of them. The one I did want to cover was number 9, the surge in UFO sightings in Ireland, which I didn't realize was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently there was a significant surge of unexplained aerial sightings throughout 2025, many of them being documented by locals across multiple counties. In early January, people reported bright lights hovering in the sky before disappearing across Newry, Dublin, and Youghal. And then in April, there was another sighting, and then the reports continued into the mid and late 2025 year, with people describing orbs, hazy lights, and hovering objects that dropped out of view. These incidents occurred in both urban and rural areas on clear nights and overcast ones. So far, there's been no scientific or official explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's drones.
Yeah.
I think drone technology has got to the point where they just can't hide it. Just like in New Jersey. Remember it had the big drone sightings of the big drone kerfluffle that was going down? And
it's funny that you say that because one of the numbers on this list is spy balloons, but number 6 is drones again. If it isn't balloons, it's drones. At the beginning of November, unidentified drones appeared near a Belgian military base known to house U.S. nuclear weapons, and this exposed deep concerns with Belgium's defense minister. The drones arrived in 2 different waves, and the initial phase involved testing in local security radio frequencies. So, yeah.
Drones,
yeah.
So if you think about the rise in drone sightings to begin with, or UFO, UAP sightings, and, I think it's come to pass that a lot of these actually are military-based sightings. What's been going on for a while now to actually progress drone technology at a much faster schedule?
AI.
I was going to say Ukraine war, but
I
guess
they're both valid.
I mean, yeah.
Why can't it be both?
It's probably both related because, the Ukrainians and the whole Ukraine war, they've been basically testing and using drones because they're inexpensive and being creative in the way they're employing. So just if you take, like, let's say big government, and you say, this is the technology we want, it's going to follow a sort of path or progression that's going to be completely different than if you take a bunch of, like, I don't want to say freedom fighters or rebels, but you take a small group, right, that's fighting a war against a big, you got these guys that are fighting Russia. They're not going to do things the same way a big government would do. Like, they're not going to do the research and develop and all this crazy stuff that, gets applied for or happens in the U.S. They're just not. They're going to do things like, radio frequency jammers are jamming drones. Let's use cables. Let's fly by wire, literally. Let's do small, let's use some duct tape and a thing to make it drop grenades. Let's do this in a way. It's inexpensive because they don't have the money or resources, mostly, to make things happen. So the way the technology has changed in a lot of ways is taking that sort of let's overthink and over-engineer everything and bring it down to grassroots, make it as dirt cheap as possible.
Yeah.
And they need to be commended. And they're using drones in a way, and different types of drones, that countries that are making these and wanted to include them in their whole warfare package, they're testing stuff real time right now, like taking drone boats and sinking ships. You know, taking drones and flying them and blowing up aircraft on the ground. So they're changing the playbook. They're actually creating a playbook with all this stuff. And if you think that like China, Russia, other countries, the U.S. is not paying attention to the tactics that they're using, that's why they're getting a lot of the funding. Keep doing it, guys. Because what's going to happen is they're going to implement this technology out in the field, right? And then it's going to trickle its way over here. And we're going to do things like, oh, well, from what we found over here, our radar system can't detect any of these drones. We need to create a smaller system and employ it along the coastline. We need to do all this stuff and make it happen. That's what's happening. So now we've got open-ended drone contracts for DARPA and Department of Defense and stuff that are being sought after and won by companies like in New Jersey. That was a small drone company. It was like, all those drones you've been seeing, the size of an SUV, those are ours. That was us, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it creates this level of innovation that I don't think you would get with just regular military just trying to innovate on its own. You got some dudes working out there doing some crazy stuff with this, and I don't like any of it, you know?
Yeah.
So, because it's got to be pretty terrifying, honestly. I mean, if you can take a couple $100 drone and drop a grenade on somebody, that's crazy, man. Yeah. Grassroots killing. And it's not cool, but it is what it is, I suppose. So, yeah.
Then number 4 on this list. We don't typically cover true crime or anything, but I think not last year, but the year before, we were talking about how in Nevada, the drought that's been happening near Las Vegas has caused one of the lakes to recede so far, and we're discovering missing persons and stuff like that. Just really kind of grisly stuff. Well, now, starting in August of 2025, the desert outside of Las Vegas has turned into a place where people are finding piles of human ashes.
Nice.
So, so far, it's 300 plus piles of human ashes found near Las Vegas. The police still have no idea where they came from. The person who discovered the piles, who asked to remain anonymous, alerted authorities, who confirmed that the remains were cremains, human remains.
Yeah. So.
So.
What mortuary?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Frank, I need you to get back there and clean out the crematory oven.
Now, out west.
Put them in trash bags and just dumping them out in the desert.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem, because out west, you have Bureau of Land Management and public lands, and it is legal to scatter human remains or ashes on public lands. Check your local, land
Yeah, I think some places require a permit, and some places you just cannot do that at all.
As a member of the public, but as a funeral home, there are strict regulations on that.
Yeah.
So there's no evidence that a funeral home was involved, and that's creepy.
Well, you know what that means.
What?
They got these people to come clean up your junk. Mm-hmm. They just outsource it.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, can you take these bags of charcoal grill,
Oh, gosh.
ashes and dump them?
Well, that just reminds me of...
Well, it's like in New Mexico. I mean, if you needed to dispose of a TV, microwave, or a mattress, the desert was your friend. Every time we seen a random mattress in the desert, we called it a murder mattress because it's entirely possible it could have been.
Or that there was a body underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly.
But I mean, that's not just New Mexico. I mean, I'm sure that's like other places that are, like Arizona and Utah, maybe. Who knows?
But like these piles of human ashes and human cremains, it reminded me of a podcast I listened to this year called Noble, about a funeral home that literally got overwhelmed and just started doing something very similar to this, So, yeah.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't got permission to turn them all into like cinder blocks.
Huh.
But would you really? I mean, it'd probably be one of the most haunted places in existence. Can you imagine building your entire house out of cinder blocks made from the cinders of humans that have been burnt in a crematorium?
That's got to be...
And they're all like pressed together to make these cinder blocks, and you build them in your house?
That's probably bad for you, like health-wise.
I mean, I don't know.
You really have to compress them.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what cinder blocks do. They're all compressed. I mean, I'm sure if you painted them on the out, I mean, you're going to paint them up and stuff.
Because I'm just thinking, like people who go into the catacombs in Europe and, you have to
a lot of those people had the plague and stuff, so you don't want to be down there messing around,
Because that stuff lives on, so.
Yeah. That's gross. So, speaking of gross, did you know you can take fat cells, human fat cells, and 3D print your own heart?
No, I did not.
Well, of course you did. How dare you? And we talked about growing an ear on the back of a mouse. This is just a progression from that. We've been doing this podcast for a minute. So, evidently, some scientists created the world's first 3D printed heart using human cells.
Oh, wow.
And there's a picture of it. It is super tiny. Like in an ice cube size. Like inside there, and it's this little heart, right?
Oh, gosh. It reminds me of like that toy kids are playing with, Miniverse, where it's just mini versions.
No, this is how they created it was the Toy Soldiers.
Oh, gosh. The
ultra popular movie about these, little toy soldiers that can combat and stuff. Yep. So these scientists created a 3D printed heart made from human cells. They say it's a first. It's possible. The heart doesn't beat, and it's too small for use in people. It's only about the size of a rabbit heart. But the little organ is considered a big advance in the ongoing effort to find new treatments for heart disease. So if they can print it, and if they can do the Frankenstein thing and apply some energy to it, and it becomes alive, that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in the hospital and they're like, well, your heart's all jacked up. But if you can hold on for 2 or 3 days, we'll make you a new one.
Yeah.
But then you have to oh, my heart's going bad. No, let me get a hold of HP or Canon, right? Making these little heart prints. You can print out your own heart. It's like, can you imagine how expensive this is going to be?
I hope the cardiologist...
Because printer ink is crazy expensive, right? Printer ink's more expensive than gold.
This is fat cells, so maybe it's fat cell printer ink.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's a little cheaper since,
it's like, oh, I see you have a 3D printed, genetically modified, organic heart. What's going on with that?
Since, all us Americans are so chubby, there should be an abundance of fat cells.
We should be able to print some big-ass hearts. They're like, oh.
I need a heart that can handle a quarter-pounder.
You got a big old elephant heart going on. I'm fat as hell, sir. Yeah. So maybe in about 10 years, there'll be organ printers that'll be able to print organs. If they can do that and they come alive, that'd be amazing. I would say, honestly, probably in the next 25 years.
Yeah.
This would be like a really viable thing where you could actually get some long use.
But then we come into the ethical error. Like,
what? If you can print a liver, or we've been watching so many medical shows, and, tension pneumothorax and all this crazy stuff, and taking lobes off of livers, and if the liver is too big for a child, you can resect it and make it small. Do it. Let it print.
This would be great for very difficult organs like hearts, pancreas.
It'd be good for any organ. Grow an eyeball. Can you imagine? I think they should grow eyeballs, because that's going to be the worst.
But if you grow the eyeball, you still have to grow all the optic nerve and everything else.
Yeah, but if you program it, that's the thing. The trick is not having to do each individual thing. They just basically go in there and they flip a switch somehow, the whole CRISPR technology or whatever it is, right? And say, hey, take this cell and make it into an eye, and it just knows what to do.
That's got to be very, very high level, just super advanced.
It's probably already happening. There's probably 3D printed people running around right now.
Would you stop? Because I was going to dip into
This is like X-Files stuff. If they brought X-Files back today, they could do all sorts of shit like this. Just take it right out of the news.
No.
Yes, they could. Be like, what?
I was going to dip into the ethical concerns, like at what point do we stop printing organs like the human brain? And yes, that falls right back into X-Files,
Well, I mean, you can already get stem cell treatments overseas.
That's true.
To, repair pathways of things like nerves and junk like that to a certain degree, maybe accelerate the process of healing. I'm all for it. If we can take this and cybernetic implants, then we can finally beat AI when the war comes.
Stop.
I'm not joking. Like, oh, man. Oh, we got her arm blown off. Quick, print her another one. Make a Teflon. Yeah. Non-magnetic.
Who is to say that these 3D printed items
Okay, so we printed you a new arm, Omi, and we've also strengthened your rib cage and your spinal cord, so now you are bionicle. You smash through. You could just basically smash through the human cinder block walls.
That's disgusting. All right.
But you'd just be kicking it and be like, "Oh no." That's it.
Okay, you good?
You're just out there smashing stuff. Like, hey guys, you need me to smash that? It's like, and you know what? It'd be quiet though. You'd never even know. You wouldn't have to make that silly bionic noise.
What is the silly bionic noise?
I can't do it.
Okay.
But it'd be though.
What?
You could have it. You could customize it and make it play your own thing. It's like they have electric cars, right? They don't really have any exhaust noise, so you can make your own.
Apparently that's a problem in California. People getting hit by the silent.
Well, imagine if you're deaf.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. But imagine if you're blind and you're relying on your hearing and you can't hear one of those things whizzing down the road at you. Mm-hmm. Big throaty V8, you can hear it and feel it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what was that? I don't know. I got hit with something. It was like, what's that? You want to bug, rah, like that. That's part of it. It's part of the experience. Mm-hmm. You can zip around in a little spaceship or you can lay the hammer down.
Okay.
So anyway, that's pretty interesting. And so there's a paper describing the research that's published in the Journal of Advanced Science, which I'm not smart enough to get a subscription to, so I don't know anything about it. But they were able to 3D print heart structures that lacked cell or blood vessels. But the new 3D printed heart contains cells and blood vessels, chambers, and other structures that a heart needs to function normally. They're almost there. So you can take just regular old fat cells, turn them into stem cells, and you can start to grow it. They add a little gel around it, and they kind of print it out. Serious business, man. The cell containing bio ink was added to a 3D printer and used to build the experimental organ layer by layer. This is fantastic news. Kids of the future. Hey, your child was born with a defect. What we're going to do is we're going to take its pre-existing stem cells and its own heart cells, and we're going to print another one.
Oh.
Or think about it like this. What if you have a flapper valve in your heart or whatever that's going bad? Maybe you can 3D print another one. If it's made from your own stuff, your own fat, your own cells, right? The amount of rejection that happens with these transplanted organs, I think would be down to like nothing. It's your own junk. If you get a transplant, an organ transplant, you got to take like rejection medication to make sure that your body doesn't keep rejecting it.
Yeah.
But if it's grown from your own stuff, I think the amount of rejection level would be so low.
Hopefully. I mean,
this is serious business. If this is even real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a conspiracy waiting to happen. They're never going to let us have it. The big pharma's going to buy it.
And that's where
this is 1,000-mile carburetor all over again. 1,000 miles to the tank.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's where this is kind of interesting because I appreciate this article coming out when it does and making it clear. This was 3D printed from existing fat cells on a human.
Yes.
Because the big fear with big pharma and big medicine is these advancements are still being made while the everyday consumer may not be aware of them. There's all sorts of advancements like with the stem cell stuff and like Jeremy Renner, him recovering from that very serious accident and flat out said stem cells and training,
Yeah.
But
I think Germany is a big place for stem cell.
Yeah. The
technology.
Average person can't afford these, which are these pretty much cures or fixes to very serious ailments and conditions, Well,
I think some things need to change.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people trying to make this change.
I hope so.
If you can get a plane ticket, got a passport and a plane ticket, you can go get treated in Germany if you've got the money.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you got the money.
Start a, GoFundMe. Hey guys, I need to grow a big fat human heart. It's not impossible,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in the future, just like that movie Repo, or it's like Repo Men, or it was something where they would repossess. People would buy genetic things, or basically biological things like hearts and livers and stuff. And if you didn't pay, they'd come get them.
Yeah.
And repo it. I think it had Ewan McGregor in it. So then you got Ben Kenobi coming. Well, not Ben Kenobi. Yeah, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi coming to repo your liver lobe. All right. So I think that's pretty cool that these scientists created the world's first 3D printed heart using human fat cells. And you've included this Albuquerque or Florida, which is something that throws back to when we started a podcast a long time ago about weird things that would happen. Is like, is this Albuquerque, New Mexico, or is this somewhere in Florida?
Yeah.
Basically, and a lot of times it was a toss-up. It's
yeah.
just like, I've seen some weird stuff like that.
Because you'd read the headline, and a lot of times it'd either be a Florida man, or the headline would start off with an Albuquerque woman.
Yeah.
So for a while there, we had, is it Florida or is it Albuquerque? And I just saw this because it reminded me of a story I had heard when we lived in New Mexico.
Yeah, in the New Mexico.
Yeah, in the New Mexico. Yeah. So this is naked man causes chaos inside Hobby Lobby. Where would you think? Albuquerque or Florida?
I could go either way. Let's just say Albuquerque.
Okay. Considering this happened December-ish, it'd be a bit cold for it to happen in Albuquerque. So this was Florida.
Oh.
Yes. Around 7:45 p.m. on Monday, Panama City police officers got a call about
Panama City. All right.
About a naked man at the Hobby Lobby on 23rd Street. Several customers trying to do last-minute Christmas shopping were inside the store when an unidentified man ran in. The man took off his clothes outside near a dental office and then ran into the Hobby Lobby. The shoppers and employees did not know what to do. The man allegedly started getting physical with employees and even grabbed a customer while he was naked, leaving her shaken up. All the employees ran to the back, and I said, "Can I run back there with you?" And they said, "Yeah, come on. I ran back there, and then he came right back after me. And then I ran the opposite side, and he came in a circle and ran right after me and grabbed me twice," said a witness. They pulled him back, and then I said, "Oh my God, can somebody please get him? He's naked."
So where's the naked guy's side of this story?
I don't know.
Should have some kind of quote.
Oh my gosh. Once officers were able to get inside the Hobby Lobby, they tased the naked man and later rolled him out on a stretcher. Bystanders said it was clear the man was mentally unwell, but the experience has left them shaken up. Mm. Yes.
Maybe he was like a mathematician or something.
Yeah. One witness says, I was trying to check out in the checkout line in Hobby Lobby, and then I turn around and there's this butt naked guy coming right at us. They're trying to get customers to check out, and I was just like, I want to leave. I don't need my gifts anymore. I'm good. I'll get them at Walmart.
So I guess the power of the coupons wasn't worth it.
No. So,
well, it's not really paranormal, but it's still funny.
Yeah. So. And that reminded me basically of a story that one of my friends had told me about the Hobby Lobby that was near our house in New Mexico, where a lady was upset about her coupon. So she started screaming, and then she started undressing.
That'll show them.
Yeah. And then she just left her clothes, kept the item in her hand and the coupon, and walked out.
Well.
Yeah.
Winning. Hashtag winning, right? Well,
So, yeah.
Well, very nice.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Living Nostradamus makes his predictions
so
for 2026. Tired. We've been doing these every year around the end of the year.
Yeah.
And usually they're just, none of them are right. Because we're still here. And the time we've done this podcast, we were supposed to have been ended 3 or 4 times. Right.
Yes. So
let's see one of his. Let's find one here.
Yes.
Find one of his. Oh, here we go. World War III threat
again.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there no one? Chaos in space. That's already happening.
Already.
Yeah, and we got spacecraft being hit with junk debris from countries destroying their own spacecraft using kinetic weapons, like not necessarily spacecraft, but like satellites and stuff like that. Solar flares. And we're going to get a bunch of solar storms that are just going to take the power out. That happens. And they're like, oh, we got a class 5, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's, okay.
He also claims that...
Who is this guy? Salam? What's his name?
Hold on, let me go back up to pronounce his name. Athos Salome.
Salome.
Yes.
I am Athos Salome, and here are my predictions.
I predict this dude's going to get more plastic surgery by the end of the year.
Let me see.
He's just, wow. He's very interesting looking. He also claims that at one point there's some key cybersecurity and air defense challenges and something about Ukraine territory getting handed over to Russia. I don't know. Link to the article in the show notes, but again, this whole World War III, he keeps predicting this. He also keeps predicting chaos in space. But it led to me finding an article about a religious leader who issued a doomsday warning for the end of the world 2025.
We talked about this last year.
Yeah.
Or a similar thing last year.
The doomsday warning came from the writings of Riaz Ahmed Gohar Shahi, a Pakistani spiritual leader and mystic who claimed that God was sending a comet to collide with Earth because humanity had strayed too far from spiritual truths. So...
It sounds like your classic, The End is Near.
Yeah.
Repent!
Yeah. Now, this was recorded in a 2001 book he titled The Religion of God, and he states that a comet has been sent towards Earth for total destruction. The comet is expected to fall on Earth in the next 20 to 25 years. Well, then they did the math, and allegedly that's supposed to happen sometime in the next week.
Well, how was the article?
So the article is Thanksgiving, then it was updated December 9th. So...
We might be safe.
Yeah.
It's been plenty of weeks.
But he keeps...
Changing it?
So
okay, guys.
Yeah.
2 more weeks. 2 weeks later.
The way it was written was that originally when this was first published, he was the guy who made the false claims that the biblical event known as the rapture would take place on September 23rd.
We have talked about this guy.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Yeah. But now he's claiming that sometime in the next week, next month, an asteroid's going to hit us. Or comet. Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm like, whatever. But I did give a link to his book that he published in the show notes. You can click on that and go to page 36 to read it.
And if you use our link in our show notes and go off Amazon, you can give us a little kickback.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't even know if that link still works, to be honest with you. So. Well, you know how affiliate links.
Yeah.
You don't pay any more, but it supports the show. So, what are you scrolling? Were you making a little love note for me?
No, I was putting moisturizer on my fingernails.
Oh.
Yes. What?
I don't.
It's not a pen.
It looked like a pen.
It's a cuticle pen.
Well, you guys just... They got you.
Okay. So.
Speaking of gots. We talk about animals and stuff, but anyway, this Hanover booze thief raccoon.
Yes.
That we talked about before is a serial offender. So.
Yeah. So everybody knows the raccoon that broke into a Virginia ABC store.
He's like passed out.
It passed out near the toilet.
Yeah, at least,
But then they showed like the damage that he had done, where basically he had hit the top shelf, but then he hit nothing but the bottom shelf. And he just got drunk on everything, somehow managed to make it to the toilet and passed out, which is more than I can say for a lot of humans I know.
Yeah.
So he had himself a fine time in the ABC store.
Yeah, it inspired the Virginia ABC store, advertisements, themed cocktail recipes, and mass scavenger hunt.
and even a pet election. He's also made it to the cover of a T-shirt, which helps raise money for Hanover County's animal control. That's great. But Hanover County released an episode of its podcast, Hear It in Hanover, and that featured an interview with Animal Protection Officer Samantha Martin. And she's the person who responded to the call that happened Saturday, November 29th. And during that interview, she shared new details about this raccoon.
Didn't they make like a Facebook post and it got taken down?
It may have.
To somebody who doesn't have a sense of humor is like, hey guys, you're making, we don't want to, you know.
And the funny thing is,
we don't want people to think we're terrible, even though we still have an ABC store.
Yeah. It's
ABC store, if you don't know, if you're listening to a place that has more freedom than Virginia does and North Carolina.
Yeah.
If you want liquor, you have to go to a special store, usually run and regulated by the state, to buy liquor, like anything past beer and wine. You know, real hard spirits, I guess. You have to go to an ABC store.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because if you grow up that way and you travel out towards the west and you can be in Walgreens.
Walmart even.
Yeah, or, even Walmart buying like hard liquor. But having it show up at Walgreens kind of freaked me out. It's a drugstore. And you're like, whoa, I can get real booze here.
Yeah. So this animal control, animal protection officer basically said, "This is not the first time this raccoon has done this. This is not the first time he's been in one of the buildings," Martin said, referencing a strip mall in which the ABC store is located.
So he knows ABC stores.
Yeah. Allegedly, he's broken into the strip mall before that the ABC store is located inside. It's his third break-in. He was in the karate studio once.
Polishing up on skills.
Yeah. And he got stuck in there. And then he got into the DMV office and ate some of their snacks and got stuck.
I can see that.
Yeah. So she took the raccoon back to the shelter and let him rest in a dog kennel out back for a few hours so that he could sober up. And she emphasized how important it was to keep him isolated from staff and volunteers, because if he accidentally broke somebody's skin, they would be forced to euthanize him. For his safety, she was dead set. Do not touch this animal. We need him back in the wild. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just having a good time. But he keeps...
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have said that.
Yeah.
He's just having a good time, man. Let him go, officer. Come on. He's just having a good time.
He's just having a good time.
You can't run through Hobby Lobby with no clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But somehow he knows how he can keep getting back in this building. He's a smart little critter.
He's like, finally.
Yeah. She knows he's going to be back, but she just hopes this next time he'll drink in moderation, and she's glad that he can make it to the bathroom. Yeah. So
live your life, man, for however long raccoons live.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, check the link in the article or in the podcast notes, because the t-shirt they're selling actually does help raise money for them. They desperately need money for the animal shelter because it's extremely old. The county's growing like wildfire, so they need more kennel space. They need bigger everything. They just need a bigger shelter to support the county, and that includes wildlife and dogs. And I agree.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of shelters these days are just overrun with so many problems.
Well, a lot of shelters and rescues, I think, have a little bit of an overreach going on. Oh, we need to come take a tour of your house and your financial records and stuff to get a dog. It's like, look, man, I think you just need to settle down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just me. Yeah, so if it comes between going to a rescue or going to a shelter, I'd probably rather go to a shelter.
Yeah.
So. I'm just saying. A lot of rescues, I think, are just a little, I don't know. I have a hard time with some of them. It's like, seriously, come on, man. What? It says contact us. You try to, and then they're like, oh, you have to call them and go, did you guys get my email? I'm trying to get this dog or whatever. And they're like, oh, we haven't had a chance to look at it. It's like, you can't check email, but you can be on your phone when I walk in the door. You're like looking at Facebook and stuff, but you can't check your emails?
Yeah.
You know who you are. If you're listening to this podcast by any shape or form and you're in the Western North Carolina where we are, you know who you are. Do better. Seriously. And then you want to complain, we got so many dogs. Well, how about getting some geezers to work there that like rules and stuff, and they're like, oh, time to check the email right now, and they'll go through it. Seriously.
Meanwhile, hard-working places like Burke County Animal Shelter and Animal Control are like, y'all want this dog? You could take him home. You could try him out. You could take him for a test drive.
No, I mean, they're doing the right. I mean, don't make them out like they're being irresponsible, because they're not. They're doing the right thing. Yeah. They're like, hey, bring them back and get them spayed, neutered, and all that stuff. And, it was a good experience. It's kind of like,
we know where to get our pets. So, yeah.
And we did, filled out the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't like they just giving dogs away. Hey, we're closing. You want a dog? Or take this one, that kind of thing. You just bring it back. It's just defective.
Just put it in your back pocket.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think that some organizations are a little too full of themselves, or their lack of participation with the people, or who want to.
Yeah.
It becomes a little cliquish, and it shouldn't be that way. Like, you have to know somebody. And then that person has to let them know that you're okay. And it's like, get out of here with that, man. So.
I will say, with Jack, we do need to take him paranormal tripping, take him out on a few things to see how he does.
But you know how he's going to does. He's just going to bark the whole time.
No.
Wind, wind, wind. Don't you see? Wind. Noise, noise. That's what it's going to be. Noise. And then my favorite, hey, hey, hey. Or the whines. Oh, no. Omi is out of my sight. Oh, no.
I'll carry a little backpack.
My life is shortening as we speak.
Stop.
Where is she? She's been gone 4 minutes, 4 hours, 4 days. I don't know.
I really want to take him to a house that has paranormal activity. I really, really do. We need to see how he reacts.
Like, there's something going on here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I must pee here. A ghost is here. I'm going to pee here. I don't know. He might be okay. So I mean, Jack's his own animal. He's good.
Okay.
And he's not Pepper. Pepper's serious business.
Pepper
Jack's like, hey, guys.
Pepper would straight up fight Bigfoot.
It's like, I got to get in your pocket right now. Anyway, all right. So I think at this particular junction, we're going to adjourn this meeting.
Okay.
This podcast. So we can make another one before the new year. If we don't make another podcast for the new year, we may repost one of our most downloaded podcasts.
Sure.
Podcasts are weird, man. They give you every podcast hosting company, if you use one, says, hey, these are statistics. And it's like, oh.
Okay.
What is this based off of? Is it based off people that subscribe? Is it based off people who actually download? Where are you getting this information from? Because it's all a little sketchy. Mm-hmm. The rules are made up. So, yeah. It's like, where are you getting all your information from? I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you want to call and leave a message, you can do so. Our toll-free number is 575-208-4025. Or visit us on social media. Got a pretty active Facebook group, CreepGeeks Facebook group. Feel free to drop in there and participate. So, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. All right, so we do appreciate you taking time listening to the podcast. So, man, there you go. It's a little short kind of ending there.
I hope everybody has a happy new year.
Yeah, be safe.
Yes.
And let's make 2026 great. Because it seems like 2025 was crappy and short. I don't know. It's weird. You don't think so?
Oh, it was definitely crappy.
You think it was long?
It was weird. It's like, it's a whole episode of half missing time, half why is this taking forever for me? So, yeah. Yeah.
I think we have to explore that in our next podcast. I had a conversation with Dave about something like that. Very similar. So, anyway, see you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.